There's no mole filter, so I, I don't know how to I don't I don't know how to come out as a mole other than just putting my face out there. So
Just go like this and go, mole.
well, now they know.
Now they know. You're
Now
just
they
not
know.
good at this.
Been good at it for 10 months.
Woohoo. I mean, they
Uh,
make everything so easy. Let's be real.
yeah.
The comment. You're spelling it wrong.
Oh, she said Molly.
Yeah.
Like Ringwald or
Or like
no?
the one on your face. I don't know.
That's a mole.
Right. Who knows these days? It's like scorched earth with a T.
Yeah.
Unbothered.
That's true. Well, I just want to say, first of all, that there were friendships that were made that were genuine, that I
Yeah.
really do care about a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people. But also, I tried to tell those people privately, and tons of them, by the way, they all know that I don't like Lizzie, and I haven't liked Lizzie for months. I've been privately telling everyone that over there. So, I mean, it's not a secret. So
Yeah.
they should have known that it was coming. I've literally told everyone.
Yeah.
I can name drop, but I'm not going to.
No.
But
No, don't name
no,
drop. You have
yeah,
friendships you've made and throughout everything, and that's fair.
yeah. I'm
And that's what
just saying,
happens
like
when you talk to
they,
people and get to know them.
yeah, they all know. Yeah, you did know. Um, oh, thank you. I'm feeling a lot better. I'm real like therapy is really working after getting diagnosed with DID, like being able to know what's wrong with me. Um, it feels good. Also, I would like to say that could she not pick up on on it because every time I deactivated, you were back on TikTok.
No, she didn't catch on to
I
it.
mean, how could they not catch on? Like I kept leaving TikTok. That way they couldn't I knew if I stayed on TikTok, they were going to know that we're still talking like we've been talking this whole time. So
Yeah.
yeah. By
Oh,
the way, by the way, the really, 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 really funny part of all of it to me, like the whole funny part, is there were some parts that were like real, but as far as my children being doxxed or Muhammad's name being put out there, yeah, Jess, unblock Jackie. Um, Ashley got all of that information. Like I got all of her stuff because we were giving it to each other to post this whole time.
yeah.
And Lizzie only figured it out today because I told you about the $20 clapper.
Well, it takes her a little bit to catch up.
Yeah, her knee's hurting and all, you know.
Is it okay if I let Jess in the live?
Yeah, I don't have a
Okay.
problem with her.
Okay.
I don't have a problem with anybody. Everybody was talking mad shit about me though. But that's great. Secret agent.
Oh,
Oops. No,
it
no,
might
no.
have been an accident because she just declined. So that might have been an accident. Oh, wait, it did it again. Hold on. Unless she's just trying to rickroll me. That was the biggest fail ever. And then when Lizzie posted it, she posted it with music to make it look like it was a success, but it
No,
was
I'm
not.
here. So I just wanted to say, because I haven't talked to you in a while, and I've never, ever, number one, have had an issue with you at all. Because I stuck up for you when you were dealing with a lot of shit and tried to come, like, and be compassionate, but I didn't feel safe. The other thing that I wanted to say to you is that you look so fucking healthy right now,
Thank,
and happy that whatever you did during any time you've been away was for the fucking good. You look
thank.
great.
I've been seeing a neuropsychologist and a psychotherapist. I got diagnosed with DID. Like it's real. It's it's a real whole ass diagnosis.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And I
um,
wanted to say that to your face instead of the comments.
well, thank you.
But
Thanks,
you
guys.
do. You look
I
great.
am feeling better. I'm feeling a lot stronger. I've also moved, so nobody knows where I'm at. So that's great. Yeah. I'm not living alone anymore. I have a whole ass roommate who's annoying me, by the way. He annoys me, but
That's
he's
why I
very nice.
started laughing.
Yeah. He did annoy me last
Hi.
night about laundry. But um, I guess if you guys have any other questions for us to clear up, I'm ready to answer things that were said or done.
I mean, you know what?
Honestly,
I mean, yo, go ahead. Go ahead.
no, I don't. Honestly, I didn't never gave a shit at that point. Like I was just asking people if they knew what a jelly bean was, because I really it was so. After you go so long dealing with the shit, after a while you're just like, okay, do you even know what a jelly bean is? Like, there's nothing else to fucking say at the point. Like, it's just rehashing the same stupid
Yeah.
shit over and over
Yeah.
again. And people are getting very unhealthy. And you even have, like, if you look at Lizzie, Lizzie used to have a lot of spunk and a lot of, like, a fire. And she has just aged. She does not look like she's healthy at all. And it's rather unfortunate. It's taking over her life, unfortunately. So
Yeah. It
Well,
really is.
and Jack even tried like multiple times throughout this last year to tell her like just stop. Like
Yeah, I was asking her to stop and telling her to stop. Like I that's the whole point of what we were doing to prove a point.
so what happened? Because honestly, and you can ask Ashley, I'm very bad at keeping up with shit.
listen,
I just
yeah, Jess is like it, sometimes she'll go, okay, what happened? And some people will be like, hello, but she's like literally never can keep up. Like it's not even like a fake thing or a joke. She can never keep up. Even in private, she'll be there in a conversation and 5 seconds later she's like, wait, what are we talking about? What happened? What did I miss?
You mean like from the beginning or
I
what?
I had no I honestly I think we were talking about it recently, Ashley. We were like, what the fuck happened with Jackie? Like
I
where
know,
the
but I couldn't say anything.
you knew the whole
Yes.
time? The whole time?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
This was our plan from the beginning.
Do
The
you
only
remember when do you remember when Lizzie did that whole video where she was like, mole, moly, 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 and it was spelt Molly, Molly, Molly all up on top. And she was like, you guys are just not good at this. Welcome to my mole.
yeah, and this is when
I play the long
I mean,
game
So why did you guys decide now?
because I'm doing a sped up timeline of Lizzie. All my
Sped as in
videoing.
special ed or sped as in fast? I don't know anymore. You guys keep throwing all these shit at me.
the thing
As in
is
fast.
the thing is that I honestly so Ashley and I did have an argument. Like there was
Yep.
an argument.
Yep. That
There
was
was.
real.
But we did like we had talked through it, we made up, but we just decided like to go on because I really do like I know and it's not like I don't want to argue about it, but I really do like Kat. Like I
Yep.
genuinely like her. She's very nice to me. She's been very helpful to me. She is giving me information. She's watched documentaries trying to help me with this DID stuff. I genuinely like her. I just
Like
she's
that is her friend.
Yes, like I genuinely like Kat. I like her. She is very helpful. She's very kind to me and she's my friend. But it was also like a misunderstanding because when I said I want to be able to be friends And then Ashley was like, I can't be friends with people who are friends with
I,
Lizzie. And
yeah,
I didn't correct it like, no, I'm not talking about Lizzie. I'm talking about, I should have like corrected that, but I didn't. So our fight initially was real.
it was.
Okay, remember the time you came into the live and you're like, we need to talk about this? Was that real?
I mean, some of it, yeah. But that's why I left TikTok because I know that I wouldn't be able to keep it up with Ashley. I there's no way I could keep it up like face on with her fighting, and I couldn't do it. I knew I couldn't.
Like, do you remember that live when you guys were in the live and I came into the box and I was like, did this not happen? And she was like, yes. And I'm like, did this not happen like this? And she was like, yes. It was our way of trying to say, like, Jackie supports me because she was there. It was me and her. And that happened and it was real and that they're twisting it. It was her way of trying
Yeah,
to, like, slightly leak, like, they're twisting it. I was there present with Ashley. Why would we both be lying about it if we were like the whole time? And they've still, since that day, tried to twist it.
yeah.
And it's like, it's been in front of everybody's faces the whole time. Like, the whole time.
I have told
I'm
the
so mind
same.
fucked right now.
Okay, we when I the whole thing is the whole thing. We'll go back. I actually I was supposed to be moving in with Amber. Like I was moving to Arizona to live with Amber and Miranda. I was leaving the morning the live happened. My car was packed. I was leaving. Ashley called me and she said, "Hey, I have to tell you something. I don't know if it's true, but somebody told me this, that there was a live that had something to do with it." So I was like, okay. So I called Amber and Amber told me. Ashley didn't call me out of malicious to do CPS, to do all the bullshit. She told me because we are actually friends and she didn't want me driving all that way in my 1997 Toyota Camry all the way from Arkansas to
With
Arizona
her
getting,
last dollars
yeah,
because
like,
this is when she had lost her job. So it was the only money she had to get there. If she got
yes,
there and couldn't stay there, she'd have no way back, nowhere else to go, nothing. So I was genuinely concerned about her going into a home that was having things
yeah.
happen that she might not have been aware of.
Yes. So I did not say anything like I just didn't move in with her. I got more and more depressed. I ended up moving to Mountain Home because I got on housing. I ended up moving over to, well, Gassville, Mountain Home Gas. Semantics. It's the same area. I moved over there. And when I was living over there, I like I was getting more and more depressed. Luna and I was fighting all the time. Like the fights with Luna is real. Like I don't have any hate towards her, but my shit with Luna is my shit with Luna. Like we just collide. We're okay sometimes and then we just collide. Like the shit with Luna was real and it was getting toxic to everyone. Ashley, Holly, Jules, like it Capri, it was just too much because Luna's bitching about me, I'm bitching about Luna, and it was a constant, it was chaotic. And the friend group was just like, I'm sick of hearing it. And so there was a lot that was happening. And I found like that's the time that I also found like my friendship with Kat because I was talking to her not about anybody but just about life in general, right? And I was like, I really like her. She's like super nice to me, you know? So it just grew. But anyways, then comes May and um then comes May, and finally I said to her, to Ashley, I want proof. I want to see it because she wouldn't send it to me. She wouldn't show me. She was like, "No, I'm not going to do that. Like you've got enough going on." And I'm like, "No, I want to know. Like this is my friendship with Amber that I legitimately was upset about losing, right?"
Mm-hmm.
So finally Ashley sent me uh, the video, like a little clip of it, and I, before I called Arizona PD and I said, I want to report some child abuse because this is fucking gross. I'm so mad right now. I was calling to report Amber, not even Amber, but Miranda as a mother doing that in front of her child, right? That's who I was calling to report. But the Arizona PD said to me, you have to go to the local police department where you are. So I called, no, I did, I called Ashley and I was like, hey, I'm
I
at the
had
police
no idea
department.
she was calling me.
Yeah,
Keep in mind, I sent her this and then I was off doing like whatever. I even missed her first message saying,
yeah,
I'm calling you 911. I was like,
yeah.
okay. And then I just like answered the phone call and
And,
she's like literally getting out of her car and she tells me, I'm at the police station. I was like, what? Why? What happened? I had no idea what she was
and
doing.
I
Oh,
reported everyone. Yeah, I maybe she hid out. So I that's when I went to report. So somehow down the line it got twisted. I think maybe I said that I was trying to report Ashley because of whatever reason. I wasn't, because they were saying that it's CP, it's CP. Even the cops said 1,000 times it is not CP.
yeah.
They said that 1,000
Yeah.
times it is not CP. And the Arkansas Police Department said there's nothing we can do. So then a certain person was calling me all the time, telling me like, oh, I'm talking to this person, I'm talking to that person. At one point, then Silver reached out to me and she's like, hey, I want to talk to you. Did you really go to the cops? I don't think you really went to the cops. I'm like, it was live. Like, it's like, I said it live 1,000 times. Like, I went to the cops. I reported Miranda. Nobody ever made it about Lizzie. Lizzie made it about Lizzie. Nobody was trying to get CPS called. Nobody was trying to call CPS on Lizzie. What got CPS called on Lizzie? You guys are gonna have to ask Silver because that she's the only person who knows because she's the only person who called. To my knowledge. But I will tell you without see, even Silver said I did doubt it. She doubted that I went to the PD. She called me and said she doubted it. Like I was like, I fucking did. Like this is weird. Why are you asking me these weird questions? Like it just felt unreal. So then, um,
Is there
no,
music?
no, not here.
Oh, my
Nobody,
husband. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
that's okay. I just was like, is
nobody,
something fucking up?
nobody reported Lizzie, but Lizzie made it about Lizzie. And what got Silver to call her was her conversation with Lizzie about how Lizzie was telling her, apparently this is secondhand, but Silver's here. Lizzie told her, like, this is normal behavior over there. This is just how they live.
And
And then Amber even
so
told
did
me,
Amber. Yeah.
yeah, Amber also told her, but Amber also told me that there was a sex dungeon in that house. Like they had a sex dungeon where she did her OF, and that it's normal for her to just walk around naked in front of her kid. So then when all of that happened, and then whatever conversation Amber told Silver, which made it more, and then Amber started telling Silver stuff about Lizzie that Lizzie supposedly told Amber.
That
Okay.
apparently Lizzie only told me, but that's a lie because I never told her. Like I never told
Yeah.
Silver. I didn't even talk to Jackie about it. The only
No.
person that told Silver was Amber.
Yeah.
And even in a live that Silver had with Rebel, she slipped up and said Ashley. And immediately when the live was posted, said, I don't know why I said Amber. It was Ashley. I don't know why I mixed the name up. And Rebel responded, that's okay. It happens sometimes. But they still pushed the narrative it was me, even though it was Amber the whole time. And Amber and
Yeah.
Ashley get mixed up all the time. So does Amanda. Amanda, Amber, Ashley, they all get confused. And so like the thing is that they worked off of that and played it, but that's not what happened
Yeah.
the whole time.
And then the whole thing with CPS, I don't know why Silver called CPS on Lizzie. It's not my
You're
business. It's not my
saying
problem. I don't know why she did it, but I know I didn't. And also Lizzie just recently tried to make accusations that I called CPS on her. No, I didn't.
When
You said a lot of
did when did you and Lizzie go south? Because you were her
we've been
fucking like.
south the whole time. I have been so nice to Lizzie. Lizzie's nobody's friend, first of all. Lizzie is not a friend to anyone. I told Ashley this months ago, like months and months ago. I have told, like, we all knew this. When we were having our group chat, Lizzie would pop in and be like, oh, look at this video of me. Have a nice day. Like, It is what it is. Did Lizzie and I both leave the group chat because yes, we all were also we were all involved, even Lizzie in that Angela shit, but at some point Lizzie and I both were like, mm, this is a bit much. Bye. Like we bounced.
But not
I
for the reasons that Lizzie and Pete have been
no,
saying.
not for those, but it did get a little bit too extreme, but that's something else. It wasn't it wasn't Ashley. It was another person in the group chat, and I'm not gonna bring
Yeah.
their name up. But
Just
there
to
were
pause you for a second and sorry to interrupt, but
no, it's
Paris is
okay.
asking me to come in. Can Paris come in as well?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I don't mind. So it wasn't like I don't want to talk about like other people that aren't here to
Yeah.
defend themselves, but there were two other people in there that I felt were going a little bit too hard at Angela and saying like all this stuff that was a bit too much for my heart. And so I was like, I don't want to be in this group chat. It's fucking weird. Like I can't take it. And Ashley even said to me at one point, "You're the only one who thinks it's too much." Like, and then Lizzie left. I don't know if you remember that, but that
Yep.
was like the conversation. So it just got too much. But when Ashley and I decided to use
I
the
don't know why
advantage
it's
that we actually had
not sorry. I don't know why it's not letting you in, Paris. Sorry. Maybe try
she's
again.
in.
Oh, I
She's right
She's in.
can't see her. Just to be clear, I
I'm here.
can't see her.
Oh, I'm here.
Okay. Okay, do your thing.
So whenever Ashley and I got into the argument, we used it to our advantage of proving a point that Lizzie would never actually remain a friend to anyone because Lizzie was making videos all the time going,
All your friends leave you. Oh,
Paris,
you're bad.
I'm sorry, Paris, can you go out and unlock do 222 or something like
Yeah,
that?
the food dude. Can you do that? Because that's actually someone we know and
I
are okay with.
don't have Food Dude. I don't even know who Food Dude is.
F you, dude.
Oh, F you dude 2222.
It
Three twos.
looks like a troll account
It's
because
not
it
though.
doesn't have a. But it looks
Yeah.
like one, is what I'm saying.
I'll go look, but I don't think I've ever even seen that account to have blocked it. Do they
Oh.
have another account? Because if
Yep.
I block one of their accounts, it'll block all of their accounts.
I'll message you.
Message me what the name is. I'll pop out and do it.
Um,
Oh, whoops.
No one ever tells me shit.
can you tell her that you're getting her unblocked? Yeah, so we didn't want her to know. Like we didn't want anybody to know. And then like Pete started being really nice to me and then I found like I genuinely started liking Pete. When things happened with Pete and I was when I felt like Lizzie started infiltrating like every relationship, every person she seen me getting close to, she had to get close to them. She had to push, and then it just got weird. Like it was too much for me. And also I told her like, oh, hold on, excuse me, I have to take care of my dog because I'm a better mom to my dog than she is to her own son. But anyways, let me take care of my dog real quick. Lay down. That's a good boy. Sorry, he needs cut. Look at him. He wants his bank. That's a good boy. Okay. Anyway, sorry. You gotta take time out for your children when they need you. Um. Yeah. So. What was I saying? Sorry. Oh. So she like Lizzie started like doing all this, and I started telling people behind the scenes, I don't really like Lizzie. I don't like her. This is hard. She's too much. It's too much. It's too much. She's like, I can't take the whoring on the internet. I can't stand all of this. Like, the shit she was doing to Pribs fucking mind fucked me. Pribs is a Christian lady. I don't care who likes Pribs. I like her too. Prib is like is in her own little world and her own little thing over there. And Lizzie, how disgusting at Christmas time you post a fucking video going, oh, she don't like me because I'm a hoe. Come over here and do. Why are you doing that? And then she laughed in the inbox to me in my text going, oh, Pribs is mad because I posted her. Yeah, I would be too. And then she would get mad at me. But I've been telling people for months, all summer, I don't like Lizzie. Even her own friends have known this. People that
Yeah,
she's friends with.
I was baffled because you definitely put on a different front. Like, you remember when you were sick and like with like pneumonia or something?
I was sick a lot all summer. I had severe amnesia all summer. First of all, I don't remember a lot from the summer. I know this story, like all of this, because I have journals and it's shit that I talk about in therapy. Like I really talk about this in therapy because it's really fucked me over. But all of last year, I thought it was 2022. All of last year, I had severe amnesia. Severe, like that's how they died. That's how they figured out what was wrong with me. They thought I had early set Alzheimer's. I was getting tested. It got to the point where I had to use a walker. Like I still do. I have degenerative disc now. So sometimes I have to use it, like when it's really like the weather's bad or it's gonna rain or it's whatever. But like I'm doing better. I'm in physical therapy. Like I'm doing a lot of things to like better my life. Walking more, doing what I
You
need
can
to.
tell. You can tell.
Yeah, so, but what was your question? I'm sorry. Yeah, I was sick a lot is my
Well,
point.
I
So which
remember,
time?
I mean, that's a lot of the reason why we even opened up to you when you came into that live is because we knew you were sick and we also knew you were frustrated because you were dealing with all of this mental health stuff, actual health stuff. And then
It says I can only have
Lizzie,
3.
Lizzie kept what?
Paris is trying to get back in the box, but it's saying I can only, it literally comes up saying you can only have 3 spots.
You just had 4.
I know. I don't know.
Um,
Instagram
well,
hates me.
I don't have to stay on, but I just wanted more or less to ask that and then I'll go to my conclusion. But um, I remember all of us saying this is fucked because she's sick, and Lizzie is consistently grabbing her and putting her back in the middle of this shit when you were sick. Like, that's a horrible friend.
And the whole time while she was doing that, Jackie's telling her, you need to just stop. I don't want to be brought in this. Stop tagging me and things. Stop doing that.
Yeah,
She was just like, I don't give a fuck.
I would ask her not to send me stuff or not to tell me, and then she would be like, "Oh, I don't know if I should tell you, but Karen's doing this," which I already knew she was doing it. I know, but it's the point. And this last time, you want to know what? You want to know what? I'm not proud of this. But you want to know like what the end all be all situation like when I finally was like I can't anymore. Like I was sending Lizzie a bunch of shit like shit that we already had about Karen. I was going back in and just resending it to text, right? Like just resending shit. Um she started affecting my like personal relationships with other people. One man in particular that I'm not going to talk about. But um my relationship with him got affected and it really bothered me. And then they were telling me all the time, there was a couple of people telling me like all the time, like, don't be doing this, don't be doing that. But why are you guys worried about what I'm doing when you're always reposting Lizzie's bullshit? Leave me alone. You know? So then that person finally told Lizzie all the things that I said because he got mad at me. And then he went to Lizzie and told her, "Oh, Hoops said this, this, that." Yeah, I fucking said it. And when she asked me, I was like, "Yeah, I said it." You want to know why I said it? First of all, the bitch was up for days and days and days and days and days and not sleeping and for days because she was doing coke. She said it on a live. I'm on coke right now. She said it on a live. And then I was like, "Lizzie, you can't say that." She's like, "I'll say whatever the fuck I want to say. Don't fucking tell me. I already told you." Like, blah, blah, blah. Like, all the time talking to me like that. And then she was on Clapper. I don't give a fuck what this bitch says. We were all there, me and Timothy and Goldie and Julie and Pete. And Pete ended up going to bed. Goldie ended up leaving. It was only me and Timothy in her box modding for her. She closed the box. I left my phone down. Timothy left at some point. I left my phone down just so I could hear like if anybody got weird with her or whatever. But I'm not gonna watch her while she's like getting naked in a box, whatever. Right? But she was. And all this stuff started happening. And I get out of the shower and I'm going to tell Lizzie like I'm going to bed. It's finally 6 in the morning. She's been getting naked for these guys since like 2 in the morning, and all she made was $20. Anyway, so when I get out of the shower and I go back, this bitch snorts a line of coke off the fucking dresser. I saw her do it on Clapper. And I told Nikki and I told one other person, two other people, I'm not going to say their names, but they know. And I also told Pete. So I told 4 people in total. I know which one told her. I know who told Lizzie I said it. But it's true. I saw it. And so then she's like, oh, you're saying that this person collected a bunch of money from some people, blah, 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 blah. He did. I have the text to prove it. She told me, but that's neither here nor there. Stay in your lane, little fucking midget. First of all, you window licking midget. I'll say that to her. I don't care. Mind your business. Until you're 5'3", don't come to me because you're too little. Okay, grow up. Then come to my face. Anyways, yeah. So I said that to her. I said that about her. I told everybody all the shit she's doing all the time. She also tried to tell me that she hates Josie Campbell, right? She hates him. But the only reason she's being nice to him is because Josie's doing dirty work for her. Okay, well, I told her a long time ago, I don't have a problem with Joe. I like Joe. Like, I don't care what Joe does. It's not my business. Joe's nice to me. That's all I care about. Period. You're nice to me. It's not my business. No, you shouldn't trust him. No, you shouldn't be friends with him. No, you shouldn't talk to him. No, you shouldn't this. But then she was like, oh, by the way, Kat doesn't like Joe either. Kat never said that. But Lizzie's telling me that. Like trying to just like, but Kat doesn't like him and she doesn't like oh, what's her name? Fireball. Anyways, Scrappy. And
I was like,
I was gonna
fireball.
say buzzball, but it's fireball. Scrappy fireball.
Can you give me a
But
buzzball?
Kat never said that stuff. She never said that. Lizzie's just saying it, and like it's just bullshit. And now she's only friends with Joe to use him. I said that to her so many times. I said it personal, but the reason our friendship is ended, like it was ended anyways, because I hate that bitch. I've been not liking her the whole time. I can be fake too.
There was like a moment, like a quick moment, where while she was the mole, she said to me, what happens if I end up liking Lizzie? Like, what's going to happen between you and me? And it was just like, nothing. You're allowed to like whoever you decide to like.
Yeah,
But
but there
she
is,
couldn't like her.
yeah, I couldn't, I try, but there, I mean, I'm going to be very transparent. I do, being in therapy, I know of 5 different personalities that I have. Jax is a main personality, which is who she talked about in the video today. But it's really weird that she would say Jax would tell you anything because Jax is the only personality that I have that I am not coherent with. When she's out and she's fronting, I can't. I'm gone. Like I have amnesia. I don't know what's happening to my body. I don't know what's going. It's like I'm sleeping, and then I wake up and it's a whole nother week. Sometimes it's a whole nother. I don't know what's going on. Jax likes Lizzie. I don't. My other one doesn't. Charlie doesn't. His name is Charlie. He hates her. He fucking hates her. I wish I could. If I would not get put in the gel, underneath the gel, I would show you the things Charlie writes about her. And it's a man, and he hates her. Hates her. Hates her. Jax is my only personality out of the 5 that I know of, by the way, that I know of that likes her, that had sympathy or empathy for her. The only one. That's it. And she knows that. I don't like her. Like I will never like her. I can't explain all of it, but I can tell you guys like I told everyone over there. If you want to know about DID and you want to kind of understand it, Kat watched a very good documentary about it. It's called Many Sides of Jane. You can watch it on Discovery Plus. It's what you will see with Jane, or she's even on Instagram. Her name is Jane Hart. If you follow, if you like read or watch about her, it's she explains better of what I'm going through than I can explain it because she's been dealing with it longer than me. I'm literally just diagnosed in December. Like I have a formal like diagnosis from a neuropsychologist. It's I mean it's hard. It's not fun. I disassociate a lot. But not so much now that I'm not stressed. When I'm really stressed out, I disassociate, or if there's like a certain smell sometimes it triggers something. These are things I didn't know about. My therapist
Also,
can
not to rudely interrupt, but to interrupt. If my face is doing weird things when you're talking about serious things, it's because I'm distracted by comments, and comments are making me make faces. It has nothing to do with what you're saying,
Oh, I'm
and
not
I
even paying
apologize.
attention.
Okay, I
That's
just
So
okay.
I'm I'm honestly, just to conclude, because I know Paris wants to pop in and everything. Number one, first and foremost, like I said, I'm so happy to see you and see you healthy. Like, again,
Thanks.
you look like you have lost age because you were starting to look like you were aging rapidly. You look great. You
It's
look
the
healthy.
hyaluronic acid, by the way, but thank you.
Also, I wanted to say that, I mean, if you ever need to reach out, I'm here. I don't care who you're friends with. I never care who anybody's friends with whatsoever. Obviously, you know, there is a personal clash between me and Kat. I also know that Kat has an issue with people being friends with me. So I want to make sure to disclose that you make sure, because I don't want to ruin any friendships for you. Okay?
First of all, Kat has told me 1,000 times she doesn't care who I'm friends with or who I talk to. Kat has never once told me. And when I we were you and I were friends, you and I were still friends while I was friends with Kat. When I started becoming friends with
figured
her, she
it
never.
out.
She also the whole Drew thing. Like Drew's my friend. I like Drew. And people wanted to talk shit about Drew. Kat doesn't talk shit about Drew to me. She doesn't talk shit about any of my friends to me because I told her I really like Drew. He's so nice. He's so nice to me. Drew and I talk about food, okay? He hates seafood. I'm sure. I think that if I remember, it's gross.
Is he in here
Okay.
still?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of friendships that people that don't like her, and this was while Drew was just actively
Yeah,
like talking mad shit about Kat, and I'm like still actively friends with Drew. Exactly. I ask him not to bring him up, just like they all know I've asked because I really do like Drew, but I also really do like Kat, and their beef
like
is not
even
my
myself,
problem.
I've even reached out to Jackie and said, like, just a heads up, just know I love you. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings when I make my videos on Kat. She's like, that's between you and Kat.
Yeah,
That's some, Kat's allowed to feel what she feels. You're allowed to feel what you feel, and I appreciate you allowing me to feel what I feel.
You know,
So,
and
yeah,
I honestly, even Drew made this point, and Drew and I have had a rocky whatever. We can't even call it a friendship, relationship, anything, because we've never actually been like accomplice. But he is hysterical, number one. But the last thing I wanted to say is he made a really good point with social media, somehow, especially on TikTok. It's a foreign concept to understand that people can be friends with people that are enemies.
mm-hmm.
Um, you can't do that on TikTok. Like, if you're friends with somebody that somebody else is not friends with for whatever reason, it's some shit that's just accepted in the adult world that you're just not allowed to be friends on
Well, I mean,
TikTok with other people's enemies. Whereas that doesn't happen in the real world
I
at
would
all.
say that's true to some extent. Like, and I'll use I'll use Kat and I as a
I'm
really
gonna
good example of that.
pop out.
Bye,
Love you guys.
love you.
Fine.
Because like we've
just
always
one second. I
had
just want to take a moment. Drew butterfly wings underscore oh 05 says, I really like Drew, but he still has me blocked here. Just thought I'd throw that out there.
but like with Kat and I have always had friends, like people who were both friends to both of us, right? That never, our friendship with that person on either side, I can say this for me at least, never changed because they were also friends with Kat. And that's just being an adult. Like,
Like Closet Meg.
right, like Closet Meg. Well,
I
and
love her.
I think part of that though too is like I think a lot of people still assume that because there was so much drama between like Kat and I and everybody for so long, that like there's still like some sort of harbored something there. And like Meg and I talked about this not long ago, and I was like, honestly, like I'm way past all of that at this point. It's been so long ago that like for me to even want to hold on to that would just be toxic and bad for me. So why the fuck would I do it? But like I got to the point where it was like, no, you know what? Like they exist, I exist. We might not be friends, we might not take up the same spaces or anything like that, but there's no negative feelings, at least from my end, for anybody on that, for like Kat or any of them. Like, y'all, it is what it is. Shit happened between us. Like, we moved on past it. And I think, like, for the most part, like, a few people, like, I have seen the growth. And I'll say, like, I know some people have, like, I know Ashley's was going at Kat the other day, and I know some people still don't like Kat and have beef with her. But what I will say, and Meg and I talked, this was one thing Meg and I talked about when we were talking about like the mutual ships, right? From what I have seen of her, I think she has grown from where she was a year ago, a year and a half ago, to where she is now. I think in my opinion, I feel that Kat has grown as a person, where she used to be in drama all the time, right? Or like maybe always needing to call people out or whatever. It doesn't seem like she does that as much as she used to. So like in my opinion, from where I stand, she has grown, and that makes me happy for her, that she has grown, that she's
She's
starting
a very
to
nice
she's
person.
starting. And Kat and I were friends for 4 or 5 months, and when you are her friend, she's a good friend. Like when you're friends, she is a good friend.
Yeah.
Um, so,
Which I mean,
uh,
I would say that that's
but
basically
that's anybody,
most
right?
people,
That's
right?
most people. If you're friends with them, obviously they're going to be good to you. If you're not friends with them, they're obviously not going to be good to you, right? So, like, that's anybody, but especially for Kat. Like, when Kat really cares about you and she really loves you, like, she will, like, go above and beyond, and she will, like, really be there for you as a person. Like,
Yeah.
Jackie, I heard you saying, like, she was sending you stuff about DID, right?
Yeah, she watched a whole documentary to explain it to me because the doctor at that point was not explaining. I hadn't been like formally actually diagnosed at
Mhm.
that point. It was like when I say I was diagnosed back in November,
Mhm.
but I wasn't officially like diagnosed by a neuropsychologist
Right.
until December. Like on paper, I had all my testing in November. The medical doctor diagnosed me, but he's like, "Hey, not my wheelhouse, so I
Hmm.
can't legally diagnose you with a mental disorder. Like this has to come from a neuropsychologist, and you have to see a neurologist, and a neuropsychologist. So
Right.
and a psychotherapist. So the MD, the psychotherapist, and the neuropsychologist, all three agreed that I have DID after the testing, and that is what I have. A legal diagnosis, and I say legal diagnosis because it shifted from being like this other disability from the reason I get a disability check is now on paper with the federal government that it's because I have dissociative
Right.
identity disorder. So that's why it's a legal diagnosis. Nobody really needs a legal diagnosis unless you're trying to get money from the government because you cannot work an actual job all the time.
But
Yeah.
like, so that's my point, right? Like, she spent the time to
Yeah.
watch that and learn about it so she could tell you about it to try to help you.
Yes.
Like, there aren't a lot of people out there who will do that. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, really, there's not a lot of people out there who would go to those lengths for somebody else. Um,
She helped me so much. Just, it was, I mean, she really is a nice
well,
person.
and you know what? Like, the thing too, like, and I think so, when the drama goes on, right? The one thing, because everybody gets so caught up in the drama, everybody fails to stop and be like, wait a minute, they're fucking human too. Like,
Yeah.
you don't know, like, I've lashed out at people and said fucked up shit to people because I was going through shit personally. So then I took what I was going through personally out on other people, and we all do it. We all take shit that's going on here, and then we lash out over here because, well, we can't I can't lash out at work. I can't lash out at my family. I can't you know what I mean? So then you end up putting that onto somebody who didn't necessarily deserve it.
Yeah.
Or sometimes they deserved it, but maybe not
Maybe,
to the lengths that you
right,
did.
maybe not to the extent that you went.
Yeah.
And also, since Lizzie wants to post in her comment section right now, I just want to clarify this before anybody gets the wrong idea about me. Lizzie, first of all, because I know you're going to see this or whatever, instead of worrying about me paying back people that I created a GoFundMe to help me with my money, like to get where I needed to go, to the doctor, and they helped me and said to me, like, I said, it's a lot of money. No, don't make another GoFundMe. Just ask me if you need the help. I'm here for you to help you. Okay. So I reached out to that person and I said, my car's fucked. The oil's like all over the ground. I'm stuck at Walmart. They won't fix it. I have to rent a car. So then the car rental place was so rude to me about Creek. I was very uncomfortable. They wanted $1,000 to rent a car to go for fucking 2 days from Mountain Home, Arkansas to Fayetteville. So I just decided, you know what? I found a mechanic that same day that would work on my car and he fixed it. So why pay for $1,000 for a rental for 2 days if this car shop's going to fix my car right then and there and then finish fixing it when I got back from my trip? So that's what I did. Do I have the money to start paying someone when I was like, I want to pay this 1,000 back that you just gave me? I want to pay this back. But do I have the money right now? No, I'm not. I'm literally not working. I get $921 a month. I have bills. Like, I'm trying. It's not, and Lizzie's saying, like, oh, tell her to pay Jeep Girl back or I will. First of all, Lizzie, pay back the money that everybody sent you before August 1st when you needed to fill your fridge, when you were out buying cigarettes and fucking Red Bulls instead of
So,
filling your fridge before CPS came. How
so
about
real
that?
quick, real
She
quick,
got $500 a week before the 1st of August.
real quick
And on,
on that note, I I had heard that rumor going around that she had to like ask for money to fill her fridge. And I had mentioned that rumor, and I'm not going to say to who. I had mentioned that I heard this rumor to somebody who actually relayed to me that that was true. And they told me it was true because they had received a message from you, I believe they said, at saying, hey, Lizzie needs help to put food in her fridge and yada, yada, yada. Would you be willing to donate anything, even just a couple bucks, blah, blah, blah,
yeah,
something along those lines. I honestly was kind of like, because there's so much, the rumor mill on the internet is so
no,
fucking
we were
stupid.
doing
No,
it
Like
it's
behind
that,
the
true.
scenes.
when I first heard it, I was like, it's hard to, I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But then when it was confirmed, I was like,
Oh, you
so
haven't even heard the best part.
the point I'm making here though is, who is she to say anything about anybody owing any money then? Like,
Yeah,
she's nobody to, if you've also received help. I've received help from people. I've never denied that. I've never once denied that I've
yeah,
received help from people. But like, if you've also received help from people, you can't get online and be like, oh, pay this person back and like like, no, because otherwise you're just being a fucking blatant hypocrite.
Sorry,
Like,
no.
comment. Melzy doesn't fill fridges. She empties them into her tummy. Anyway,
Yeah, I mean, also, I don't have a problem with Melcy. I know all of you do, but I'm sure Melcy will start talking bad about me, but I don't personally have a problem with her either. Melcy also, just so we're clear, when I made my GoFundMe, Melcy donated, they all sent it to me direct. There was no GoFundMe. She sent me $100. So she really helped me being able to get to the neuropsychologist. So I'm grateful to her for help. There were some other people that helped me. So like, as like, I don't really have beef with anybody on the internet, like even on that side. I have beef with two people. One that I'm going to publicly say, and that's only Lizzie. And I mean, I have it with four people technically. One, I'm only going to say Lizzie,
the rest is
because
nobody's business.
the rest is like, I'm not going to out them unless they out it, and then they can out it.
well, see, that's like
But
my favorite thing about the internet though is like, if you ask me how many people I have beef with, I'm going to tell you zero. They have beef
yeah,
with me, but that's not reciprocated.
yeah,
Like,
like,
there's no
that's how I
reciprocal
feel.
beef there, bro.
Like,
Like,
they're mad
you
they're
have a
mad at
beef.
me. They're mad at me, but I don't, like, my thing is I'm not putting the energy to be like, oh, why, oh no. So
Right.
so you're right, like, it's not even my
No, it's
beef. It's
their
just like,
beef.
It's like if they have a problem with me, it's their problem. Like I told Ashley today,
Yep.
I'm not going to respond to them. It's not because I'm afraid. I'm not going to, they don't deserve my response. Nobody deserves any more of my mental health or my time except for my dog and my cat. My grown children, excuse me, I love my kids, but they don't even deserve my fucking mental health and my bullshit and my time.
Nobody
They're
does,
grown, they pay,
just yourself.
yeah, they pay their own bills. They have their own house. Do I love my kids? Would I die for my kids? Yes. But they're not my responsibility anymore. They're adults. My son is 28 years old. They're
Right.
they're grown-ups.
They're not
I
babies.
don't
Yeah, your mental health matters more than
yes,
anything.
I have two things that I have to take care of. My 6-year-old cat and my 3-year-old dog. These are my
Well,
responsibilities.
and to that point, right? And like Ashley can vouch for this because I've said it in group chats with her before. I never understood like, and I said something along the lines of I didn't understand why you got so involved in it because you obviously weren't in a good place with your mental health. Like it was noticeable for a long time. So I could never understand. And I remember saying something along the lines of like she needs to just get away from it and pay attention and focus on herself and fix herself.
And
Like
Jackie
this is not
will
helping
actually
her.
confirm we've had conversations where I said, and like we can pull up like from our messages and like actually show it where there was many times where I was like, just block them and ignore them. Just
Yeah.
block them and ignore them.
Yeah. And yes, Jess, I cried many times blaming you, by the way. I was like, she told me Brian Carlson was a good person. It's all her fault. I know all these people. I, I was just wanting to slam beers with some random cute blonde lady on the
I
internet.
just
Now I know
wanted to
I'm
have
Beers,
fun.
not beers.
shotgunning. I was trying to shotgun. She was teaching me how to shotgun a beer. You should have seen it. It went everywhere. It was wild. It was wild.
Yeah,
I don't know how to do it. I still can't do it.
I remember Jess's shotgunning days.
Yeah. I was trying to shotgun a beer with her, but it ended up all over my face, all over the bed. It was not a fun time. So, yeah, it was all the
Yeah, I mean
things.
that's the only thing you can do like in these situations like with people like this though. Like and we're only human so like you know what who knows in 6 months or a year you might get annoyed and you might pop off in 6 months, right? Like
Yeah.
everybody has their breaking point of shit, but for the most part like just block and just
Yeah,
keep moving.
I
Like
don't, I'm not going to pay attention to them anymore.
it's not worth
I
it. Like
haven't, I haven't for 2 months. For 2 months. Since
it's
December 11th, I deleted bath tissue. Well, I deactivated bath tissue. I have a TikTok. I've been posting for 2 months. I have a whole new group of friends in an algorithm. They're not my friends. They're just people who like my shit and tell me that I'm funny. Yeah, bitch, I am funny. Okay, funny.
That was my first memory with you. Was when I mean I knew of you, but then you decided to duet my shotgun. Literally, she went to open it, and you watched the actual pressure push her hair. She opened
Whatever.
it, and the look on her face was like that wasn't supposed to happen. That was
Yeah,
a
it
good
went
memory.
everywhere. That was funny. That was that. I don't even know what happened to that grumpy gay guy. He
he's
was
still
really
around.
funny.
He's
He's
still
He
around.
was
around.
he was so funny. Like I don't know what happened to
He
him, but he's so funny
he
too.
like he stayed on like the political TikTok route and like for a long time I would see him in lives with like Lumberjack and a few other people. I haven't seen him around in a while, but
Yeah, and I
Do,
still don't like Brian. By the way,
do you
I
remember?
still don't like Brian. He's the one person that I told Drew, like, if you want to talk shit about anybody, let's talk shit about Brian Carlson because I'm never
No,
gonna like him.
so
listen,
so Jack.
let me tell you,
No,
I want to tell you
no,
something.
let me
No,
do
no,
it.
no, no, no. I gotta say this because Jess, I owe you this. So one of the few times Jess has been right about anybody in our friendship was Brian Carlson. She tried telling me, and I was just not like. Let me find out for myself. I should have listened to Jess when she told me because
I picked up on it because he's very pushy. Like he no means no, and he does not understand that no means no at all. And he kept
Minors
fucking
are
pushing.
off limits,
No,
Brian Carlson.
that I blocked him every time he made a new account, and he would make one after one after one after one and follow me on TikTok and on IG. And I'm like, bro, there's a boundary I'm setting very clearly. And that's when I was like, there's something wrong with you. There's something not right. And
This
that's
is,
when I realized I know you didn't like him, and I know I put you in the wrong path because I did like him at that time. I thought he was
yeah.
actually a
And then when I started getting mad at him and being mean to him, that's when you got like, that's when you blocked me. Cause I was like, you were like, be nice to Brian. And then Paris is like, oh, you guys are being mean to Brian. I'm like, Brian's a fucking bitch. And you guys are like, no,
yeah, we
everybody
fucked
be
up.
I
nice to Brian.
We fucked up
I
with Brian.
no, I so I assumed that all of the things I was hearing, right? We all know the Brett Stars saga. I assumed that all of the things was hearing was a lot of bullshit because Savannah was involved, and I don't trust Savannah as far as I can fucking throw her.
Yeah, but it's funny when she goes at Brian.
So
I secretly like all of her
I
videos.
took I took a lot of it with a grain of salt and was just kind of like, what the fuck ever. But like I didn't see it for the longest time, and it really wasn't until I started seeing it when like Rach and Brian had their falling apart in May of last year, because she sent me screenshots of like their entire conversation and the shit he was saying to her, and I was just like, what the fuck? So I started seeing it then, and then when Ashley was in my live and he came in like fucking heated as shit, pissed off as hell because Ashley was in my live, that's when I was like, wait the fuck a minute. And we like kind of temporarily like we didn't talk for like a week or two. We started chatting again, whatever. And then I could tell he was up to some sneaky shit off the bat as soon as we started talking again, because he was saying things out of the norm. And then like the night he asked me to go live, but he's like, I need like 10 more minutes. And I'm like, that's unlike you. All of a sudden you need 10 more minutes before you like, that's unlike you. And usually he would just go live and send me the link. So
I know.
I knew something was up. And that was the night actually that Lizzie and Melzy and everybody came in. And I was smart enough to know that something was going to happen. And I messaged the girls and I was like, I know none of you like Brian, but I need you guys in that live because I know that they're all going to come in. And they did. Um, but then like it was probably like a week and a half after that, I texted him some dumb shit just to see what he would do with it. And he was on live like 2 hours later with Lizzie and Daisy. I don't know, somebody. Um, and I was literally like, somebody sent me like a screen recording. So I went and found it and I watched a few minutes and I was just like, he's stupid. And I blocked him. I never said anything about him. I didn't make any videos. I just blocked him and moved on. So I kind of expected him to do the same until he didn't and started talking about me. And then I was like, what the fuck? Like you're
Yeah.
really crazy. Cause like I just walked away and didn't say shit.
Also, back to this real quick because I saw Leah's comment. By the way, when you guys blocked me because I was mean to Brian, Leah's the only one who didn't block me, and she was also like, I hate Brian too.
Um,
Like,
I actually real quick, we're talking about Leah. I have a question about Leah. So do you know who originally found all of Leah's information?
yes, I did.
Did you? Okay. I wasn't sure who did it.
I said that 1,000%.
Um,
But Lizzie sent it to me and to um, Luna, knowing that Luna and I are fucking weird as shit and we're gonna do some fuck shit. Like she knows that. She sent it to us and she told us not to do it. And then finally she was like, do it. I never
you
lied about that.
you know what's so funny though about that though? Like hearing you say that, like and like reading some of the screenshots Ashley sent like between like her and Lizzie in the conversations they would have, it's like the same story every time. Like she always tried to leave room for plausible deniability.
No, Lizzie sent it to us. She said, look what I got. And she got it from Care Bear, whoever Care Bear is.
Oh, funny. I haven't said that at all.
She told us that in the group chat. It's in the group chat. She sent it.
Yep.
Uh,
I don't know who Care Bear is, but she's the one who gave Leah's information and also told us, I'm not going to bring that up because it's not good, but like told us some personal information about Leah. And then she was like, you should, like, don't use it yet, don't use it yet, whatever, whatever. But yeah, she did.
That's crazy.
Well, technically, she was trying to get me to post it immediately, and I said, "No, no, no. We'll wait for the best time to post it." And then remember, you and I talked privately, and I was like, "We're not posting it. Don't post
There's
it."
screen
And you were like, "Yeah,
recorders.
okay." And we didn't post it. We never did.
But
The screen recorders are coming in.
That's
Trina.
okay.
that's like
We're
this.
posting
So
the
it's
live
like,
anyway.
but it's like the same situation again, though, right? Like
Yeah, let me
there's
make
there's
sure my titties look good though.
there's
Okay.
there's some room
We have
for like plausible
titties. They just look good.
deniability.
Go ahead. I just want to make sure if
Not
they're
the
going to
goat
screen
nipples.
record me, they get the boobs inside it.
The cleavage is
Hey,
the
Jackie.
Yeah.
Jackie, not the goat feeder.
She could feed two goats only. So, if you live on a farm, old MacDonald had a farm, could only feed two goats. That's it. Sorry. Yeah.
it took me a minute to catch on, but I got it. I got it.
It was so weird, bro. I don't know. That's the weirdest thing. Also, Lizzie, pay back all the people. And about oh, the poor
Yeah, you
lady
gotta
that,
hear the rest of it. You only heard that she got the money.
no, I'm talking, now I'm going to say this, like the poor lady that she convinced to buy all of her son's toys lost a child. And then Lizzie, like, accepted all this money from this lady. She's like, she gave me a bunch of money and she cleared out the Amazon wish list twice because Hunter needs to know that there are good people on the internet.
Hunter
You're
needs
traumatizing your child. Why are
Hunter
you talking about it in front of him all the time?
Hunter Hunter needs to know that his mom will do what she needs to do to provide for him. Not that there's good people on the fucking
She
And
will.
how does no, here's the
I can't.
thing. I
My
have to
brain
say
hurts
this. I
even
have to
thinking
say
about
this.
the
How do
internet.
you how
The
do
internet.
you say that there's good people on the internet while you are actively manipulating a woman who lost her child into spoiling yours just so that way you can make sure this kid has Christmas in the morning because you refuse to get a real job and stay off of Coke, beer, and cigarettes and TikTok in order to do it
No,
yourself.
Oh,
All
but
you're
she
Hunter
showing,
got.
kid,
deserves
is that
Hunter
you are a
deserves a
fucking
healthy
deadbeat.
mom.
My thing
That's what he
is,
deserves.
I'm not gonna, I don't want to make this. My thing with it is this, right? It's the fucking internet, right?
Right.
Like you shouldn't teach your kids that the people on the internet matter more than the people in the real world that are around them 24/7. Like it's the people in his household that he should care
Yeah.
about. That
If
in
anything,
That's
you
a
should be
healthy.
teaching your children something that I wasn't aware of when I first joined. I want to take the moment to actually talk about this. When I first joined TikTok, I didn't see the world as bad because I'm not surrounded by bad people. I'm surrounded by loving and amazing people.
I didn't.
And when I was on TikTok, I spent the first like year on TikTok with my daughter and we were doing family videos, we were duetting each other when she almost lost her life and she made a video herself about her experience and it was a what changed your life check or whatever, and she did a whole video on how she almost died and who was there for her, and like I sobbed like crazy. But anyway, and then another friend of ours started a GoFundMe because we hadn't been educated yet and believed that she needed a pump for her diabetes and that it would cost us like 10 grand. So um a friend made a GoFundMe, and I was not aware of like the dangers of the internet at this time. And we all sat there trying to just support my daughter going through all of her health, and people were duetting it and trying to bring awareness to diabetes and to her story that she wanted to share and to help get her a pump. And if I would have known of the circle of TikTok that I am now aware of, I would have never, ever let my child on this app ever.
Well, and that's the thing. So like,
You should be
so
teaching children to get the fuck off the
so like,
internet because it is not safe and there isn't good
so like
people.
What Lizzie deserves, what, hold on, because I've said this like 3 times, but what I really feel that Hunter deserves is a healthy mother,
Yeah.
not knowing that people are nasty or good on the internet. He needs a
Well,
mom. A
well,
mom.
he's gonna get that soon. That's what I wanted to tell you. I heard you say that. He's gonna get that really soon. So we're hoping. Because she was approved for housing. So apparently she's moving away from Justin so she can be with Good Troll forever and you know, take Hunter. She was approved for housing. Also, Ashley's going to jail, by the way.
can you know what? I don't listen, you know what? Fuck it. I can be a judgmental asshole.
I am a judgmental
I
asshole.
absolutely can be. Not can be. Here's my thing. Assistance should be to get on your feet. It's temporary, right? You I don't see this as being temporary if you haven't even attempted to get a job, hold a job, do anything.
She
Anything.
has a job.
I mean, like a real life job, like a normal person job.
You mean $20 for 6 hours and alive fucking yourself isn't a job?
No, I'm talking $4.99 for a month. I think she bumped it. I don't know.
But like that's your focus shouldn't be on. And I think I even said this to her when I talked, because when I talked to her at,
Just
what
so
is it,
you
last summer.
know, the only way that she would be approved, I'm just going to be very straight here. The only way that she would be approved for low income housing, based on the fact that the child's in daycare and she has no medical or reasoning to not work, is if she filed an abusive fleeing report. So that way she could get her own place and fall under the requirements to get low income housing based on the fact that she's already in a house in a relationship. So the only way with CPS and everything involved, I'll tell you right now, is because she had to have filed a I'm trying to flee a abusive
She
relationship in
told
order.
them that they're not together. They're just
Yeah,
roommates.
yeah, yeah. But you have to have a reason why you need low income rather than getting a job. Like you have to prove that you have major attempts to get a job. You've had major attempts to get out of a situation. You have to show all that. So that
It's the
means that she has
CPTSD.
manipulated the situation that she's put herself in on purpose and lied to everybody else about to get that. Just
So
to be very clear.
wait a minute, wait, let me get this straight. So CPS was called on her because of her actions and her inability to take care and her ability to neglect her child on a regular basis that we see out on her vendors.
Mm-hmm.
I
She
mean, we
was
can assume.
investigated, hold on. She was investigated for what now, almost a year? And now they approved her after they admonished her for low income housing. That's what we're saying right now.
I think
Yeah.
she's lying to me when she said that, but she did tell me she was approved for housing because I was like, how are you guys gonna be together, bro? Like, you're never gonna come to the States because she's saying I'm not gonna take Hunter away from his dad. And I don't think the other person is gonna want to go live over there. Anyways, it doesn't matter. It's just weird. It's internet, like it's not even real. Like you guys aren't really together.
But
It
like,
also
well, and that's actually, it's funny you say that because that's what I've been saying for the longest time, that that's not, they're not actually together and it's just something they say for the
no, no, no,
internet.
no,
Like it's not
no. Like they
together.
are. Like he really does love her.
Yeah.
That is real.
Yeah.
That is real. He really does love her. Like that is real. On his poor, pitiful self, I feel bad
That's
for him
sad.
because I'm
If he
sure
really
she
loves
smells
her, that's
really
sad.
great since she chain smokes in her house, and I'm sure her son's lungs are black. Poor kid. I would not even smoke around my dog, but that's my opinion. Anyways, by the way, I was going to tell you something else. You guys all something else since I'm telling all of her business, but I forgot what it was. it's gonna come
Was
back to me.
it that after she received $500 for groceries, within 5 days, she said she needed more?
Oh, that's true. And the person, oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. It wasn't like she was saying she needed money, but how you have cigarettes and fucking beer, bro?
And,
And
and
fucking,
energy drinks while her kid's eating powdered donuts.
mm, yeah.
How, like, I'm telling you right now, for 2.5 people in a home, $500, the Canada, that could have lasted her almost 3 weeks.
No.
And within five
Listen,
days, she's like, I need
listen,
more food.
I can go spend $500 right now, and with five of us, it'll last 2 weeks. If I go spend $500 right now in food, it'll last us 2 weeks, and
Yeah, but they also posted
that's with
pictures.
two teenage boys.
They were posting pictures of, she was posting videos and shit of her eating like in fancy, like in restaurants. Why are you doing that? It just made me so mad. Like, why are you telling me you need help? And you literally don't even need help. I don't know.
I think I but anyway, so what I was gonna say earlier was that
And
when
going
her and
live
I
at
had talked
the bar.
when
Yeah.
her and I had talked back in, I think it was like August, and I told her then that I thought she was an idiot for ever coming to TikTok with the CPS stuff. Because if it were true that somebody called CPS on you for stupid internet drama and there was no actual legitimate concern, then the only thing you did was further put a target on your back for them to continue to try to do it again and again and again, right?
She's trying to
Like,
say I called CPS and I didn't.
but I mean, it doesn't even matter who did it, right? Like, at the end of the day, that's not something you should take to TikTok, especially if you truly believed that it was over some dumb drama and not a legitimate concern.
Oh, and you
Not to
want to hear
mention,
something more,
why
Jack?
would you tell CPS it's over internet drama and then not expect that they would not see your social media and your behavior in the time that they are there investigating you is all over the internet?
You know, the thing
Doesn't
that,
CPS have an issue with somebody doing coke? Like, wouldn't they be doing drug tests on her?
you know what, that makes me
Coke
question.
is out of your
Hold on,
system within 24 to 48 hours.
the Coke thing makes me question the story that I was told about what happened to that one job she had, though. I don't know.
What story?
So there was like this story about like that. Do you remember she worked at that smoke
Didn't
shop
somebody
like
die
forever
at a
ago?
smoke shop?
I don't know if they died, but like I guess like somebody OD'd or something in the smoke shop because they were like doing drugs together in the smoke shop, and allegedly that was why she lost her job. I don't know if it's true.
Jackie, are you
That
okay?
was the
Yeah,
story.
my eyes are
That
changed.
was the story that I was told. I never knew if it was true. I never bothered asking anybody either. But
You guys want to hear something really funny that she said on a live? On a live.
oh boy.
I have an appointment tomorrow to go get my birth control. And I was like, why do you need birth control? She's like, so I don't get pregnant when I fuck. If you and Justin aren't together, who are you fucking if you're waiting for good control? Why are you on birth control, Lizzie? Huh?
Solid question.
Why are you on birth control? That's
I mean,
weird.
if she said it was to regulate her cycle or
No, she
something,
said,
that would make
and
sense. But
she was drunk. She's like, so I don't get pregnant when I fuck. What? The other there were so many people, but there's one person that's in this comment section that was in that live can confirm that is facts.
I,
They heard it too because she's telling everybody I'm not with Justin because I was like I don't support this relationship. I don't support cheating. She's like don't say that, and she ended the live, and then she called me and she's like don't ever, yeah, see, there they are right there. She was like don't talk about my relationship, blah blah blah. I was like, what? Brian said that he hit you, so did he
wait,
hit?
we're
Did
not we're not we're not talking about the same one who on New Year's Eve of 2023 commented on Justin's Facebook saying that she loved him and called him baby, right? We're not talking about the same person,
yeah,
right?
but she also was telling everyone that she's not with Justin. You are with him. When
Obviously.
I'm on the phone with her, he's calling you honey and baby, and she doesn't want. She's like, oh, but I have to pretend with him until I get my housing. Just get a job and
Dude,
leave.
she's been saying that for like 2 fucking years though. Stop it. At this point, nobody believes you anymore.
Mm. I I don't care what she says anymore. And also, make all your videos you want because I'm not gonna watch. I mean, I'm gonna watch them. Obviously, I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie. I'm gonna watch them.
honestly, I'm gonna say this. You know the part about it that I don't think she understands. It should be embarrassing for her because at this point she's a fucking joke to fucking everybody, dude. Like she
See?
is a massive fucking joke. Like you should be so fucking embarrassed to be that much of a joke because like you've been saying the same shit for years, same old sob stories over and over and over, and it's always everybody like with the whole CPS thing. Like the first time I had heard about it, and the only reason I had even heard about it was because
Nice.
she got on and made a video and accused Rach and Leah and Sue and me and like accused like our whole group of friends of being involved, and we're all sitting there like the fuck.
The only person that called CPS on her is fucking Silver, and
But then
Silver
that
just said
story
it.
kept but that story kept changing. And then it was Ashley, and then it was this person, and then it was this person. And then in like July, she came out and was like, Ashley didn't call CPS. She had nothing to do with it. She like made a video. I remember seeing that video. Like
Okay.
she literally said it didn't happen. And then Q 2, 3 months later, she's saying Ashley called again. It's like, girl, you can't even get your story straight.
Because
Okay,
she
so
needs to prolong the victim
here's
mentality. That's why.
my question about that too. This is my question.
I feel bad for Pete. No.
Supposedly, the second time around when CPS came, okay, yeah, she is treating Pete like shit, and I've tried to tell him 1,000 times. But he's got blinders on, and I feel bad for him because he's a really nice. Honestly, deep down, he can be a nice guy, but Lizzie's a liar. Point blank. Period. So what was I saying?
You were gonna say about CPS coming the
Oh,
second time.
Something about coming the second time.
If Lizzie told me and everyone, I recorded it when she was here. I hid my phone and recorded it. Post it. Post it. Post it where they said multiple. Post it. Post it.
Yeah, because her story changed on that too.
Mhm.
First, it was multiple
And then
people called.
it was
Then it was
multiple,
multiple
multiple.
Yep.
accusations.
Yeah.
Like,
And then multiple people.
Well,
Multiple
you know
people.
the funny part though is right before they came the second time, there was it was either I think it was a live she was in. I got sent a screen recording where she on the live was like, "Watch, I bet CPS shows up again like tomorrow or
that's
something," because
because, and
something like
Yeah.
that.
Jackie will clear
Some,
this up, because she said to everybody that CPS came and left. She knew the whole time that they
I know
told her
she
they'd
did.
be
Yeah.
back.
Yeah,
Yes.
I
She
remember I remember seeing the video because somebody sent the video where she said they came and left, like they basically no findings, she was in the clear.
no.
That's what she got on, that's what she told TikTok though.
No.
But
They
then
told her they were going to be coming back in 2 months. And also, she called the day before they came, the second
yeah,
time.
she said that. She said that on that live, like on the screen recording of the live I watched. She said, I tried calling them today. They didn't answer, they didn't call me back or something like that. And then she goes, watch, they're probably going to show up again tomorrow. And tried to make it seem like somebody was calling on her again.
She knows that because she had contact with them. They made an appointment for August 1st, but Justin wasn't home, right? So they redid the appointment for a few days later so Justin could be there. So instead of taking her kid to school, she leaves him there so he can hear. And then she never said, she's the one who said in front of her kid, they're trying to take my son. And now taking the kid to school, oh, he has separation anxiety. Really? Because where are you separated from? He's never with you when you're on the
Well,
internet.
and so
What?
here's my 2 cents on that, right? If you are a good parent, if you're a good parent, you do your job, you provide, your kids are safe, you don't do anything illegal, if you're a good parent and you have nothing to worry about, CPS could show up at your door and you're not gonna fucking flinch. You're gonna be like, hey, how you doing? You're not gonna give a fuck. Why? Because you know at the end of the day, nothing's gonna come of it because you know you're a good parent, right? You would only fucking think for a minute that your kid would be taken if you were doing something you weren't supposed to be doing.
Not
Yeah.
always though, because CPS is
Yeah.
corrupt as
But
fuck. So I mean,
Yeah.
let's.
I was
I'm
just going to
saying
say, I can understand an initial thought of that
a
maybe,
majority
but
of the
being
time,
somebody who's,
a majority of the time, overwhelmingly, if you don't have anything to worry about, I, CPS could show up at my door fucking. Actually, I had somebody falsely call CPS on me like 5 years ago. And when they fucking showed up at my door, I was just like, hey, how you doing? I didn't
No,
give a
bro,
fuck.
her
I
house
wasn't
is
worried.
dirty. Her house is dirty and she has all those fucking like I love cats. I'm a crazy cat lady. I honestly wish I could have 40 cats in a house alone. Like I do. But I'd have a ton of litter boxes, okay? I'm not gross. Those cats are shitting and pissing. She's like, "Oh, they're always fucking shitting and pissing in the floor." You have a baby in your house. Do you know that ammonia is toxic to children? You can't even change a litter box when you're pregnant because it's
Oh,
toxic to a baby.
but to finish the point of what I was gonna say though is this, right? The last thing you would do as a sensible fucking parent, unless you're trying to gaslight and manipulate your own child,
That's
unless you're
Lizzie.
trying to gaslight and manipulate your own child, the last thing you would do is tell your child that somebody was trying to take them from you. You would never want to put that and instill that fear in your baby's fucking mind unless you were trying to manipulate them and gaslight them.
And so she told that to Hunter. And so Hunter grabbed onto her when the lady was there and was like, I don't want to be taken from my mommy. How does your little boy know that if you're not telling him that there's a fear of someone taking him? You are the one traumatizing your child. And the thing that pisses me off the most about it, and I told Ashley this, I've told
Hey,
I
where's my
can't.
charger?
I've told other people this. The thing, especially being now, not trying to like bring it back to me, but it's just my brain, right? Now being diagnosed with DID, I don't even talk to my own mother. You want to know why? Because dissociative identity disorder is created before the age of 9. You don't get it after the age of 9. Where was my fucking mother when I was being abused and traumatized as a fucking child? Where was my mother where was my mother? I just had a big fight with my mom. Where the fuck were you? I don't want to talk to you anymore because you let it happen to me. That's what I told her. I know what happened to me. I don't want to talk about it, but like I know, and that's the part that pisses me off. And knowing that and watching Lizzie do that to her kid, that part of having a mental disorder that has fucked me for the rest of my life, that part, I don't understand how any mom can traumatize their own child. I don't. I'm 45
knowingly,
years old almost.
knowingly.
Yeah,
Almost 45
then,
years old.
but then getting on the whole internet with your whole chest talking about it like it was like poor me.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then when I knew that my kids, like, I knew that my shit was getting posted, right? And I'm like, you won't leave them alone, and they're posting my kids. I was doing that to prove a point. I knew, like, I already know, like, that's not the situation, but I was like,
Like us
why?
exchanging our videos and how we posted was to give the open door for Jackie to speak to Lizzie and say, look at this. Look at how far it keeps
Yes.
going. You need to stop.
And I was telling her, like, you're getting my family posted. And she's like, it's my kid. Okay, it's what about my kids, Lizzie? What about my family, Lizzie? What about my kid's dad who's not even on the internet? What about my kids who don't even have TikTok? Your son is how old? He's a baby. In 20 years, this isn't going to affect him. This can affect my grown children right now who have jobs and a life. You understand?
Well, like
She didn't
that,
care.
but that's the thing is like, and it became apparent, like, and especially like after the conversation that I had with her privately, like last summer, it was even more apparent that this had nothing to do with like actually to do with CPS being called on her or her kid, or it literally, it became so apparent that it had everything to do with she was just set out to like go after people, and this was just the perfect reason to go at like I said this back then because like the pictures started slowly coming together was after like I talked to her and everything, it became super apparent that it was never about what Ashley did. Like her video to Ashley and being mad at Ashley because Ashley posted somebody's kids. It was never about that because we literally sat back. I sit back. And I don't talk as much as people think I do, but I sat back and I watched her friends doing the same shit. And she wasn't saying a word about it. She wasn't saying, don't talk about kids, don't post kids, don't. She wasn't saying fuck shit. When Pete posted my kid, not just once, but 5 fucking times, she justified it every which way she possibly fucking could. So it became more and more clear that it was never actually about what Ashley did. She was fucking salty. She was scorned. And that was just the excuse she used to go after Ashley. And I stand by this, but I guarantee if they were still close when Ashley had done that, Lizzie would have turned the other cheek and laughed her ass off and thought it was hysterical.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lizzie cheered on everything I did. Lizzie encouraged me to stick up for Charlie and post the information on Twitter the day I did that. Lizzie encouraged me to try and expose Leah. Lizzie encouraged me about Brian Carlson. Like all these things, all of it, everything that I did, it came from Lizzie. When I ended up on this side of TikTok, I didn't know nobody's beef, no situations. I stuck up for Lizzie with the CPS accusation from Solid Jess because I knew who Solid Jess was. And he's not cool. So I told her I made a video and I told her that I made that video because I do not believe in CPS. I've always had that stance. I will always have that stance. And next thing you know, I had people all up in my business because they thought I was a Brian Carlson supporter. And who did I have to navigate through and understand what was going on? Lizzie.
The the thing about it though is that it like makes my stomach curdle that she's continuously weaponized her kid as a way to like be
The
a
whole time.
victim and like to be a victim and to like seek this like attention from people. But it's like it wasn't that long ago. Like I think she wasn't she ta- like she messaged Amanda Jones or something on Instagram, and they're like and she was crying about it or something to Amanda about her kid. Like first of all, that's been almost a year ago that this all started. At this point, the fact that you're still getting on the internet crying, like still whining, still using it as an excuse and a justification, still talking about it every time you get a chance. It's not about him. It's not about you as a parent. It's not about your relationship with him.
But
It's
how is she
clearly all
going to
about
get
you
people to
and
feel
this
sorry for
reckless
her
intention.
and give her all of these hundreds to thousands of dollars for her addictions if she doesn't get sympathy first?
Yeah, she is the one who
Come on.
told you not to trust. She's mm, she's wild, bro.
I'd like to know,
Like,
because we've never actually got to the bottom of this, but the reason behind why it was okay for Pete to post Paris's kid 5 times was because Paris allegedly baited him. Where did
so
where did Kristen bait him? Where did I
he
bait him?
was he was mad at Kristen because Kristen shared the messages between them. That's what he did that. He retaliated. He posted Kristen's kid out of retaliation because Kristen gave us the messages between them. That's what that was about. Me, he claimed that I baited him and that I openly said I was going to bait him before I reposted that video, which I
And I
didn't.
posted mine friends only.
Dude, for the video, the last time that he posted Branson, he posted the video where he was crying the day he motherfucker locked me out the house. And then he posted like 4 or 5 other videos after that. All of those videos were friends only. That's why in that live I asked him, how did you get those videos? I intentionally set them to friends only
Got it. So kids are off limits.
until
Can
it's
I
your kid or my
Just
kid
also
or
point
somebody
out the
else's kid.
logical common sense knowledge of this. Okay, and I'm going to use an example. We have TikTok platform. Our phones put up volume, right? So when if we have a low volume, we might not be able to hear the video. We turn it up at full volume. Bunny can't fully hear things and asks for captions for a reason, because sometimes in certain circumstances you cannot fully hear somebody.
Mhm.
The idea that anybody thinks that through a double paned glass door that you are not to on one side raise your voice out of motherly concern, panic, and the fact that you're going through a fucking door to try and get a child to unlock it is absolutely fucking
That
mind
shit
boggling.
was flabbergasting. Like I was dying reading
The
the
phone
comments
is
on
near
that.
you. Obviously, you're going to be loud. If you whisper on a voice message and somebody turns up the phone, it's still fucking loud. So if your phone is close to you and the child's on the other side of a fucking double pane glass window, of course your voice is going to sound loud, but not to the child on the other side of the fucking door, you fucking
I
retards.
was literally flabbergasted, and like as I was reading the comments on that video, like I was just dying. I'm like, have y'all never talked to somebody through a fucking door before? Like or tried to? Like what the fuck? Like, and mind you, he's two. Like he's 2 years old. I'm trying to like having a serious conversation with a 2 year old about unlocking a door.
Yeah.
As there's a gallon as there's a whole ass gallon of open paint next to him.
But they
But
don't
like I
understand anything because clearly they're examples of parenting and half of them aren't parents. So why would they know what it's
I
like in that moment? Do you know how
stand by
many
what I
times?
I
Do you know
stand
what
by what I said to Pete that night. If you're not a fucking parent, you don't get an opinion on being a parent. You
listen,
don't
I
get to
went to the
say
hospital one
shit.
time. I went to the hospital one time. I won't say why, but while I was there, I was like, oh my God, I feel so bad. And like I was freaking out. Like I felt bad. And the doctor looked at me and goes, listen, stuff happens. He goes, guess what I did 2 weeks ago? I said, what? He goes, I was walking down the stairs and I accidentally tripped on the stairs and dropped my kid and broke his femur. Like shit happens as a parent. But raising your voice to get through a double pane glass window, and this was a doctor saying like, chill out, stuff happens. But like raising your voice through a double pane window to try and get a 2-year-old to unlock the door is
But
normal.
what
I mean,
I think it's funny
kids
though,
do
because
things.
one of the videos that I made after that, I said something about like, that's not me yelling. Like you don't want to see me yell. And
No.
actually, you saw me in real life, like in real life, person to person, face to face. You saw me legitimately fucking yell. Like me actually yelling and me raising my voice are two entirely different fucking things.
Yeah.
Poor Jess, I fucking yeeted her out of the way then. Where'd she go, by the way? I listen, at the end of the day, like
Like 3 minutes. I had like
it's
three,
just
3 minutes.
at the end of the day, like this is all so just fucking overplayed, and it's like
Lizzie's messaging me.
Aw.
in real time.
In
Yeah.
real time.
She said I'm pathetic and she has everything I ever said.
Oh
Oh
no.
no. Not the mole conversations.
You know, here, listen, I'm gonna
Molly,
say
molly,
this. I'm gonna say this.
molly, molly, molly.
I've said this so many times before, and I will say this till the day that I leave this earth. The loudest fucking people, the people that have to speak the most on a subject and have to talk over everybody else and push their story or their side of the story are always the fucking guilty ones.
Lizzie, get
They're
in the box.
always the guilty
Get in
ones.
the box. Lizzie, get in the box.
Get in the water.
Get in the box, Lizzie.
Getting
You
the water.
you'll go live with Jules, but will you go live with me? I'll go live. Karen can stay in the comments. Go live with me. You want to go live? Come in this box.
She only does it with people that she thinks that she can like get one over
She's not
on, or
gonna
that she
get
thinks
shit
she
over
can
on me.
manipulate. Like she only does it with people that she thinks she can like try to manipulate.
She can't manipulate me. She needs to manipulate herself into a job, a real one.
And all she'll do is make sure that I'm blocked, so when she goes in the box, I can't even see what's going on or
Then
have
I won't
comments,
talk to
which is
her.
fine 'cause I'm busy.
I won't talk to her. And you know what? Worry about yourself instead of posting about my business and telling me to pay someone back. They have my phone number.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna add to that, right? Like, because here's the thing. You just had CPS involved in your life for almost a year. Almost a year, dude. You clearly have some like deeply personal, unsettling shit going on in your home life.
Mm,
And you've got some serious childhood traumas that you need to handle.
yeah.
Maybe just stop worrying about TikTok and people from TikTok and TikTok drama and the bad things people say about you, and focus on all of that other stuff instead.
Yeah, get in the box, bitch.
Do you see the comment? Lizzie, stop tricking for $20 and snorting coke, you fucking twat.
Who wrote that?
Leah.
Oh my God. Get in the box, Lizzie, since you want to text me. I'm pathetic. I've been called way worse than pathetic.
Listen, here's how it is. I have to go, but I'll leave the live running and just like off camera, off mute me. And you guys, if she wants to go in the box and talk to you guys, she can. I'm going to be busy in like minute. So,
How's she going to get in
uh,
the box if you're not here?
I'll put her in the box first if she wants to. She's never, ever, ever going live together with me, but I can mute the box and Mike because she's a, I don't know, coward. Anyway, and if you guys want to, I'm busy, but I can put her in a box and like step away. My phone's on a charger; it won't die. You guys can have the live as long as you need.
Yeah.
And if not,
I don't think she.
oh well. I'm
When will
sure she'll
you?
go live herself and call you a coward if you don't join hers.
Ooh.
But
She has me blocked.
if she invites you, just start making videos. We are never, ever, ever going live
I
together.
guess it's the night that Bad Tissue comes back. Okay.
Oh shit.
Actually, no. Bad Tissue is not going to come back because, oh, I'm sorry. Ouch is now available.
Ouch is now available. Ouch. Ouch.
I'm pathetic. You have everything I've ever said about everyone. I said a lot of shit, Lizzie.
Lizzie, the only person who is pathetic, can't even feed her fucking kid and has people on the internet do it for her.
Yeah, asking me, telling me, threatening me. What are you gonna do, Lizzie?
Is she gonna jump the border to come to you over her boyfriend?
She's
Ooh, book
gonna
it. Are you
she's
going?
gonna
Book it.
she's gonna do what she always does. She's gonna get on the internet. She's gonna tell her side of the story 1,292,000 fucking times, because she has to try to convince everybody that's what she's saying is true. Like, and never stop talking about it as long as she lives, because it's the only thing she has.
Well,
Right?
this
And
is
let's be
this year's topic.
real,
So
but let's be
who's
real. We all say things on the internet in times of heated moments, things
yeah.
like that. Like even me. I know I had a live at one point where I was like, I'll go to Montreal, blah, blah, blah. I was angry, I was mad, whatever. I was actually bothered, bitch. Um, and I said, I would never do that. I would never waste my money, my time, my anything to ever show up for any reason for Lizzie. Ever. Ever.
Yeah.
I'm cool. I'd rather spend my money on plane tickets to go actually hang out with real friends. Something she doesn't understand because she doesn't build any real friendships.
No, because she's too busy laying in the bed with Justin on her birth control so she don't get pregnant and traumatizing her child.
With that note, I'm bouncing out. Have a good night, Lizzie. Bye.
Bye.